Hello, everyone. It's Thursday, close to the end of the week. Tomorrow is Chat Gauntlet Day. I'm sure we'll be doing some Zendikar Rising, and we have a streamer guest tomorrow, right? Who's coming on tomorrow? I think I've been lightly paying attention to my awesome mods coordinating the event for tomorrow, but I did not see who my streamer battler is. Let me know who that is, and I'll plug them right here. King Coffee, awesome. Looking forward to that. And looking forward to more drafting today. I'm having fun with the format, despite some occasional admitted saltiness over my less than optimal results. I've not been happy overall with where my numbers are at. I haven't even cranked the actual numbers, but I know I have a feel for things, and I'm not happy with how things have been playing out. But I think there's lessons to be learned. I don't want to be in a place where I'm not trying to figure out what I need to be doing differently, but also I've been enjoying being a little bit less serious on myself, and like we can go ahead and move towards things that are a little more experimental. One thing I want to call out, and I need to be talking about more when I'm drafting, is how my goals and desires and motivations for what I'm picking can be different from somebody else's. So back in the day, at the start of this stream, I rare drafted heavily. You all, longtime viewers, will remember that I used to rare draft all the time because I was not secure in my gems at that point, and I was trying to model the behavior of how you can trade a little bit of gem EV from your win percentage for a higher gem EV by collection building via rare drafting. But now that I have over 30,000 gems, and that when we don't splurge on things, it just trends in the upward direction, I get to reframe what my drafts are about, which is more, I can be the one taking experimental hits. We can do science together on stream and maybe chase something that we wouldn't normally chase if gems were a concern, because we have that bankroll. I just need to remember that if we do that, I gotta accept that some of the results aren't going to be as good as I'd like, and not get salty about that. So I'm really going to work on appreciating the fun and the science and the learnings and the puzzle solving with you all. It's really fun to hear your feedback and hear what you think you would do, and lighten up on whether or not the magic gods are going to let me 7-win this or 3-0 this or whatever, right? So let's get in on it. I'm going to thank my sponsor, cardkingdom.com, for their longtime support. If you want to do some practice drafting of your own at home, get some sealed product, get some singles, get some supplies, maybe you need a sweet new playmat, you can get it from my sponsor. And if you do it from my affiliate link, it helps keep me on the air. They do track where the links come in from. And when you use that sweet affiliate link there from Skeptical Hat, or in the show notes of the YouTube video, or down below in the panels, what it does is triggers like a 2-week window, after which everything you do from that same computer, from that same browser, is going to be attributed to my stream. And then it really helps them see the impact I'm having on their business, and hopefully you'll see the impact they can have on your magic life, and give them your business and see that they are totally worth it and earn it every day. So thanks for all your support, Card Kingdom. Let's pop in here. I have chosen traditional today. We've done 2 premieres and one traditional this week, so I'm going to balance it out today with another traditional, and we're going to go best of 3, and keep that in mind, that we have sideboarding options, etc. Ooh, a mythic I don't recall seeing before. Oh, I think I heard Luis and Marsh talking about this one. Tazri, 4 and a white for a 4/6. So base stats excellent, and it costs 1 less for each creature in your party, so it can be an even cheaper 4/6. I guess excellent isn't what I would say for a 5-drop. It's solid, right? But at a 4-drop, then we're loving it. You can pay a lot of mana, various colors that are not white, to look at the top and grab the stuff, right? So, okay, so that's all. I'll reserve it. We could take that and move towards it. We could also build around Amulet. Colony Ambush is just great. There's no... I can totally see starting here. I'm willing to try this. Yeah, sure. Again, we can be a little more sciencey around here. I think ambush is probably the safest pick. So if you are going 100% for win percentage, I think we're on ambush there. But I'm willing to take Tazri here and see if we can't build around something interesting. But now I kind of just want to take Vine Gecko. Or Deadly Alliance could be a reward for this type of direction as well. It does want to be multicolored, but if I were to try and leverage Tazri's activated ability, I would want to be going for some green for the green fixing available in the set. And you say Relic is good. Oh, yeah, Relic, that's true. We could just take the Relic in that it helps Tazri. It just doesn't feel powerful enough. And because, yeah, if we're going to, I think the better pick to support exploring Tazri is actually Deadly Alliance, which works that theme. Even though you're right, the Relic is interesting in how it would work with Tazri and support the multicolor ask. A second amulet. You know, the amulets go around. We could almost take an amulet and try and wheel the other one, but hard not to take a rare free card. I'm really surprised this is here. Can't copy Tazri. We could copy a Pack Beast and it would help this deck, but I'll take it. It's a free card, as Jinx likes to say. Here's a free card that's the Fling. Take the free Fling, but Falconer's strong. We have a strong blue card here. There's strong blue in the pack as well. Seems like this is the table telling us blue is open with Glasspool Mimic into Falconer. The amulet direction is totally legit, and if you had done that, it's table based. I don't know. I have definitely had amulets come around multiple in different, multiple drafts, not just one draft. We seem to be actually slipping away from Tazri a bit. I want to take the Blood Priest here. Almost putting us more towards black-blue. Oh, sorry, I missed the Royal Eruption. Yeah, we should take that. My head wasn't in red, but this is too good to pass. Thanks, gang. This is appealing, but we're gonna stay open to if the table's gonna give us a fifth pick Royal Eruption, we just have to listen. So I kind of took this pick for science / hey, let's try this, but I feel like we're just slipping away from it. Although Kitesail Cleric is legit for that. What else have we got here, though? We've got a bad Flip Land, which is, say, a good card, but a weak version of this effect. We could just take a Blood Beckoning. Yeah, I don't love the Cleric either. This is very aggro, whereas this, it's a Cleric, but it doesn't seem like it's really trying to win the game the way Tazri is. I am going to take, maybe we should take Fissure Wizard, but I guess I'm going to take Disruption. Even though it's a medium effect, it's still a spell land. They're still good. Here's a Cleric on a stick? No. Cleric on a rock. I like the on a rock. Cleric on a rock. Or maybe not, Krauser. Maybe the format is catching up, but I promise you, amulets have wheeled in multiple times in multiple different drafts in my experience. Rebel Fort. Is this the pick? Tazim Raptor might be a more appealing one to actually get back some of these, get back the Mimic. But I'll keep taking the land spells until I see a reason not to. Adventurer would be the first green card, but it would head towards this thing. Healer, though, super solid. And we could just take a third white card and actually try to pivot back towards Tazri in some degree. 13 seconds. Practice Tactics is decent removal if you're into the party. But, yeah, I have no idea what's open. I'm going to take the healer. And then we actually do have leanings into white-blue that are kind of interesting, because white-blue is a good party pair. You can get all 4 out of those 2 colors pretty easily, so we can lean there. But I have no idea what's open. I felt like red was open based on that pass. Felt like blue was open based on this pass into this pass. So red and blue felt open. But yeah, we could take a Tempest. It's just neither of these are really what we want to do. We really want type stuff, and Outrider's fine here. So maybe we're in the right place. Yeah, maybe people are just missing it like I did. I don't know. This does the thing. This is a reward for the thing. I guess we'll take a little reward for the thing in case we really get into blue-white party. I've been longing to cast a Spoils. We've got a sweet meme for it and everything, but it just never comes up. The only time we play it is when somebody redeems it. Yeah, that's right. We are in best of 3. Let's take a disenchant for the board. This is a fine 13th pick, really. It's a relevant type. So is this. So maybe we're in the right place. I'm happy to see those cards come last. This isn't a great pack, but we do have a binding. There's a Blade Master, but this is a very Warriors specific thing that I don't think we're close enough to take. Wind Robber is extra party type, but not impactful enough. And then we have another disruption that Zori wants to take. We already have one. This might even wheel with the way this table is behaving. I'm going to take the binding or alliance. Oh yeah, we can take another Deadly Alliance. It feels like we're off of the black. If we take Deadly Alliance, what are we saying we're doing? Are we saying we're looking to splash white? That doesn't, I don't know. Crowd wants Alliance. Let's take it. Okay, I'm a little worried, though. I feel like we're being pulled into directions we can't support in our mana. What are the chances we get this back? I feel like I should just take another Falconer or just this sometimes flying 4-power creature. It's a wizard also. So we'll take this spell land again. Yeah. Could still end up a lot of places here. Ooh, how about that for helping with the black splash? Over a binding? Or the white splash, as it might be. We have to give up a bubble snare for it, though. Which is pretty good. A binding. Worth it? Right. I mean, it's like we can just get on-color removal rather than moving towards a splash, but we do have 2 alliances that would be nice to play. And Tazri that wouldn't stink to activate. So I'll take it. And we have an option on splashing for this cleric now, too. Is it worth it if it's not dedicated cleric? Yeah, I think that's, if we're splashing anyway, we can take that. And we have some clerics. Yeah, we have this cleric, this cleric. Isn't this a cleric? Yeah, cleric. Yeah, exactly. Baseline 3/3 lifelink, which on a splash is maybe not the best, but the return clause isn't cleric. Oh no, it is return target cleric card. So we do need some other clerics. I'm going to take it. I mean, what are we giving up? A Felidar? I like that it's on on plan. You can take this, although we're really, for a blue deck, not really anywhere near this. It might be good enough to take anyway, but Celebrant, yeah, as Jinx is cheering, Celebrant helps with the Skyclave. Maybe even, it's been suggested that we could splash the blue. Those of you who listen to LR heard Luis talking about how to splash with flip lands. And with Jawari Disruption, Mimic, and wizard, we could be in a situation where we could do a blue splash, but actually the black-white is seeming to come together here even a little more than the blue at this point. So we can keep an eye out for clerics, but now we got decision time because we got a solid field research here and a pretty generic Farsight Adept, although this is exactly what I was talking about with this card. This is where it does fit in with what's going on here. The thing is, we're getting all the wizards we need from blue, so this isn't a priority for us in terms of getting the wizard type. And I'm wondering if we actually just take the field research. I still feel like we're heavier blue than we are black. We just are in a position to pivot to black-white clerics. So I'm going to take the blue card I like, but we may pivot to black-white clerics on some level here. Another Celebrant feels right to me. And we're only pack 2, so if we're correct on our read, we can pivot to it nicely. We can take a Gloom Hunter here over the tactics. I'd rather seek out better removal than this if we're going to be taking black. And yeah, if we do end up caring about lifelink, about life gain, we'll be happy for that. It's pretty late, but we'll see. We might have to do some weird splashing or something, but I think we can get there. And also there's I think it's looking like we're going to be clerics with a side of party. Like, I think I can't pass this Skulker here. CMC Cleric, yeah. Small, right? It's a Cleric 3 or less. And here's where we'll take a Farsight Adept, though. We're best of 3. We can take a Smite and bring that in when appropriate. Yeah, we want some more of these healers, right? And Mind Drain or Party Helper. We do have a war. I'd rather get Warriors at the 4-drop slot than the 1-drop. I think, yeah, Mind Drain also does the life gain thing. This seems more for aggro. I'll take another Mind Drain. I don't know if we play 2, but I'll take them. We might also, if we're getting into our lane late, we may need them for playables. Ooh, Crawling Barrens is a great in any deck card to see in the rare slot. Zoff, nice too, but if we're going to take a land, I'm taking the one that, I mean, the benefit of these are, hey, it's a land, but it's also a spell. Kind of so is this, right? At this point, I'm hoping we abandon the blue and lock into enough clerics and good stuff in white-black, but we'll see. Well, here's a reason to continue to try and splash. This is doing the party thing as well. We could have 2 rares that are looking for party. And over what is always the question. Here's the thing, like, what's the opportunity cost here? It's a Veil, a Diviner, Blood Price. That's the thing. We're not giving up anything to spec here. I don't know if we can run 3 colors and the Crawling Barrens, but I'm taking that card. And we can consider this as well. But we just want this. Way better. I get enamored by multicolor when I see it, but this is sweet. Stonework Pack Beast would be good for us too. These don't really wheel anymore, so I don't think we'll see this or anything, but we'll take the nice clean removal. Shelter is a nice flip land to still be here. We keep passing bindings that I would like, and the Celebrant would be nice too, but this... What I like about the Shelter is that it's reactive. It can respond to the removal spell, but it can also respond to enchantments after the fact. Another Shelter, which I think we're in pack 3. Maybe I'm running low enough on playables that I need to consider something else. But yeah, maybe we should just take the Blood Priest here. I'm concerned about our removal. I'm concerned about our density of 2-drops, and we really want Cleric 2-drops. So I'm gonna take this, despite my loving the shelter. Another Mind Drain. Here I think we want a Beckoning, though, over a 4-drop Rogue or a 3rd Mind Drain. Another 2-drop Cleric over the lovely Felidar. I think this is late for this to be here. Oh, but we also have an Emeria Captain. Should we just try to do our thing? I really want this Blood Priest, but this is on plan. Big time on plan. And we're not heavy at 4. I think I take the big time on plan card. Takedown, also excellent. Wow. I think we have to take that. I wouldn't mind this, but we're not really doing that. We don't really need the multiple colors. I would love a Raptor, but come on. Takedown. So we found a good lane. I'm happy of our lane finding, and Allied Assault works for us too, but maybe we just want another Protector. This is where I want to see. We have a lot of creatures. We can go either way with this. I think we need Protector, but I really want to try the Allied Assault. But we do need to consider the Cleric heaviness of what we're up to. This might make the cut, though, is just a reasonable 2-drop, trades up, usually. Chilling Trap, a consideration if we were heavier blue. Banneret, again, I don't think this is how we want to round out our creatures. Yeah, Cleric Amulet would have been nice. Here's a warrior. Yeah, these are nice warriors to have. Well, this is an interesting deck. Yeah, it can be totally fine, but I like when we have one, we can include it if we want. So we have one, but I don't know if we even. I think our deck is good enough to not. What did we get last? I was barely paying attention. This? Oh yeah, that's true. You're right, Jinx. That's an affront to drafting, isn't it? I guess red was the the open color. We had a really late Royal Eruption and then a last pick Hellion and a last pick Warrior. So maybe if we kind of hard forced the red, we'd be in a good place too. Not hard force. I mean, when we saw that it was basically when we saw this Royal Eruption, if we took that as a strong signal and kind of forced it. All right, well, let's start with our land, as I always do in this format, because we ultimately need to understand how many cuts we're trying to make, which we can't do until we understand our land situation, which is unusual compared to the past. Maybe I start by cutting all the blue, though. I think we're going to end up splashing some. I think it's too tempting for me not to try. Although I don't know how we're doing on full party stuff. Let's see. Yeah, actually, I'm going to leave it in... And I'm going to leave it all in just to see where this puts us at party count. Oh yeah, sorry everybody. Here we go. Deck building. So let's check our party. 8 clerics, only 2 rogues, 7 warriors, 5 wizards. So if we want to attempt full party, what are our rogues? We have to play both our rogues, basically, and I want to see how good they are. Here's one. That's fine. I like that one. Must be a black creature, right? Or no, it could be a blue creature. Seer. Gloomhunter? Where is it? Is this? Oh, maybe. Flip blue card. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. There we go. I was looking through my creatures, couldn't find it. Okay. Well, we're certainly running both of our rogues. But rogues are our weak spot for actually triggering full party on both Linvala or Tazri. I think you're right. We cut most of the blue. I was just checking it. Certainly cutting that. think we run, of course, the blue tap lands. Maybe we run the field research, or we're not really kicking it, though. This goes over here, too. And basically, we're running 3 blue tap lands to support 1 actual blue spell. And then we don't really have return to hand. We were not able to find a spot to take Raptor. Probably, yeah, Disruption is probably pretty weak here. I don't know that we are ever casting Disruption as a spell. I think that's a good call. I think we should cut that and go with islands and a couple of those. Also gives us a shot at drawing an island and casting Linvala instead of waiting a turn. But these two are both great as spell options if we get the other one or one of the islands. So I like that. All right, so that puts us at, these are the lands we're going to play. This is showing us 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I really want the 19 level at least, maybe even 20 with the Crawling Barrens. So if we were to cut like that. I'll get to the creatures in a minute, Jinx, but that's a fine question to ask. I think we want 2, though. 2 is reasonable. So this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Well, I can just look. This is, oh, it's not doing the spell lands, though. 15, 16, 17, 18, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So this is 21. I think we can cut a plains and go to 20. 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's 19. Sorry, I miscounted. So I think I should add that back. Although maybe it's a swamp we want to add back. One, 2, 8, 9, 10, 15, 15. Oop. Oh, but it put them all, hides them all again, darn it. Yeah, so that 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 14, 15 lands. We have 15 lands that are just lands. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are spells, right? I think that's good. That seems about right to me. Now let's take a look at what gets cut. Yeah, so we're not really doing lifelink rewards, right? If we had triggers for gaining life that we really wanted to hit, this would be justifiable, but we are actually moving more towards the party stuff than not, so I want to support that. We have the 1 banneret in, we could keep that in, but we do have 7 warriors. I just don't think this is necessary. And this leaves us with 1 more cut to make on a 19-7 split. Probably, is there any other creature that is really underwhelming us? There was the Outrider suggested, but I think it still does kind of what we're doing. I'm willing to keep running that. A Singleton Mind Drain main is okay. We could also cut the Mind Drain and bring it in against the right matchups. I mean, it's a generally good card, but again, we're not doing the life gain trigger, so yeah, let's cut the Mind Drain. I'm with that. All right. We've got a weird party. It's a clerical party. What give me a part, what is a party that is disproportionately attended by clerics? That's what we have to name this deck as. It's like some religious ceremony. Clerics. That's funny. Fine, we'll do office party. We already did clerical error. All right, office party because of all the clerical stuff going on here. Seems fine. Anybody redeem lands? Mama wants sleeves. Did you tell me what sleeves? And full art Zen, you got it. Do I like that land count? I like the 2 islands. I think that's fine. Actually, I'll go suggest and then go down to 2. And then we went up a swamp, right? That gives us 6. This was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 white sources, 5, only 6. Maybe I need to skew that even more here. We are heavier. Oops, not that way. The other way. We do want to get the priest down, although we're very heavy white. So it's correct to be heavy white, but I think that was too heavy. I think we like 6, 5 here, which is really 7. We get 7 black sources and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 white sources. 9, 7, 9, 7, 4 becomes our mana, and I think that's good. That's true. Thirst demands double black to really get anything, but also, fortunately, at 4+, we're more likely to be able to get there. And we can go ahead and remind ourselves that, like, if we don't have that second swamp and we have the Blood Chief's Thirst in hand, that we may want to unkick it and get something dead while we can. So let us give this a shot. Oh, what did Mama say about sleeves? Sorry, I missed that. But sword and sleeves. Yes, got it. Zing. I'm going to do this for my deck screenshot. Whoa. Can't even capture it all because of the spell lands. All right, though, here we go. Hey, look, I always like every morning when I hit my battlefield button, it's exciting to see if I left any memes on. I wonder if I left any memes on today. Well, we are mostly white, but have none in our opener. Can we possibly keep it? Oppo going first. We have 2 very strong cards if we find a plains. We have 9 sources, so 9 in 33, and we have 3 draws. 3 draws for... chat doesn't always say mole. There's often quite a different of opinion there. But Jinx has the point that even if we get what we want, we're still starting off a little slow. And if we don't find the plains, we're doomed. So I will mulligan. Funny, haha. Our colorless land and one of our 2 blue flip lands. This might have to be a keep and draw out, but the trouble is we need 2 colors. We can't keep. We need both of our main colors. This we must keep. And I want to keep the wizard as our source of blue and a land. We probably just need to keep all 3 of these. We get all of our colors at least. And then we need to probably get rid of the blood beckoning. And what else? It's the what else that's the tough part here. It might just have to be our removal, or we give up on a skulk. I think this is our only rogue too, or one of our only rogues. You want to ditch the land wizard? It's true. Maybe we just had to give up on that. All right, I'm with you. Find some regular land to cast our stuff. All right, we get a different land instead, and I'm just going to play that as land. That's a decent land to get going eventually, but I'm going to drop Swamp Skulker. Maybe we find a Plains and cast Celebrant, but I like getting the Skulker down this turn at the risk of not casting this next turn. If we do find a Plains off the top, we might be able to save Takedown as a spell, which would be really sweet. No, with no Plains off the top, we're going to go ahead and play the Takedown so that we can get the Celebrant going, and then Outrider. We might go Outrider, Celebrant, but the ideal sequencing is Celebrant, Outrider, of course. We could offer a trade, but they're likely to take it since this thing can keep coming back, and this is literally our only rogue now with this in land form. So I'm going to play the Takedown and pass and not offer anything. Well, good thing, if that's what our opponent is up to, that's not bad for us. I'm going to go Baron's Celebrant here, and then we can just go into more Celebrants and gain a lot of life, and then right now this mace does nothing. If it starts to do something, we can Alliance the Skeleton. No, we don't need to protect our rogue at all costs. I'm just identifying that it is now our only option for it. If we had a full party reward in hand, it would be a little more sensible to be kind of severe about it, but we don't need to do that here. Just gonna Celebrant and gain some life, set up more life gain, and keep everything back. I'm not gonna play the Shelter as land. We have enough land now that I'd like to keep that as a spell. Okay, so now we can offer the Skulker for the Skeleton, and I like that offer. Again, yes, keeping this would be nice for party stuff. We do have a Raise Dead that we can get it back with, but it does, if we make this block, we're done with full party likely for this game, but I think with what we've got coming, that's worth it. Oh yeah, we could do it. Sorry, what am I thinking? You're right. I don't know. In fact, this is kind of a weird attack, right? What's going on? No, I mean, they're tapped out, so it's a free kill. Sorry, I can't believe I didn't see that, but thanks, chat. We'll do that. Plains, you're a little late. Would love to have this spell back in hand too, but we'll take Curving Out on our mana now. We can hold Deadly Alliance and Shelter, which wouldn't be the worst, but I like Outrider, gain some life, and crack in. Although we could also just Alliance the Minotaur, but because they're likely to re-equip this, so actually we should probably wait until they go for a re-equip and then get whatever they re-equip with. And I'll keep the Celebrants. Well, we're not blocking with anything, right? Unless we can keep everything back if we thought we might like triple block the Rider as we destroy the Minotaur. But if we're literally not blocking with anything, we should attack. But I also don't want to telegraph. If we attack, we telegraph. Yeah, I like what you're saying about Shelter. Let's just stay back because then we can try to use Shelter effectively as well. We shelter whatever they order first in the blocking, and then nothing dies. So now we have to use the shelter now, but we will, and it might dissuade... We'll see. It doesn't even matter to me if it dissuades attack, because we can still alliance the Minotaur. Interesting. Well, let's go... before blocks even, I'm going to try and take out this Minotaur and see what happens. They don't really have protection colors, but they might have the black spell that can save it, make it indestructible, or bring it back. And now, I do like saying, here's the rogue. I'll trade Skulker for Rider or Trick. Trick it is, but we traded Skulker for their Abundance. Unfortunately, they trade, Abundance is good because it trades with it in a way that, leaves quite the impressive body back, but we do get a couple of life here, and then we get to start with the Barons. So I can send in for 3. We can also, since this doesn't add to toughness, we can leave back everything and represent 5 damage on the Rider. They've got 2 more cards, and they're drawing the Moss Pit, so we got to worry about the kicker that's about to come onto this thing. But we have the Scorch Rider that's really dangerous, so I think we have to stay back and try to represent that block. Huh. Yeah, they have the mace. They didn't equip it. Could be a blowout waiting for us here. We are on a mold of 5. I'm not too disappointed with how we've managed the game given our start. But now my question is, are we in a spot where we are taking 6 and looking to find an answer off the top to manage this situation, or are we risking these 2 unknown cards on a triple block? Right. They didn't equip... The non-equip is explained by Skelly, so we know that. They didn't do stuff to save in multi-block situations before. And as observed by Alex, the tricks that we might be playing around could actually just kill us outright, so we're kind of forced into it anyway. Talking it all through, there's not that much of a choice. We are in can't play around tricks mode. That's true. Kick Might is double green. Still, I'm really feeling... Yeah, that's a good point. I still think we had the option, but I don't mind demanding... Yeah, it worked out. Worked out. And now, of course, we need help for that thing. But we can get some of it here and chump if we have to, but take... Oh, that's right. My system restarted. Or no, it didn't. But it went to sleep, so maybe that stopped it. How's... Try cardboard now. We do have that double black removal spell, so I'm going to play this as Pathway. And then... all we have is a couple of turns. Thanks for the reminder. I wish they get the icon. Like on my taskbar, it showed CBL as on, but sometimes it shows as on, but is like stuck in some non-functional state that requires my looking at it. It's true tech. You just look at it and it fixes it. Yikes. Not much to do about this thing, really. What do you do about this? Well, we are thankful that Oppo is not sending in their 5-5 to our inability to do anything about it. Hello. Well, aren't you just a timely little friend? And I'm going to play land on the presumption that we might need it to be able to activate her. So, can we do it already? Yeah, 5-3 can't block. I'll keep that in mind. And we want blue and black, and then, so it's 6 to activate, right? Blue, black, and then 4 colorless. Yeah, I think we're actually better off to just keep making the barons bigger, right? I'm with you on that. Yep, agreed. Agree on play land and pass, and agree on prioritize growing land. And also agree that with the amount of mana we'd have left over, it's not 0. I mean, we would have 2 left over, so we could find something and cast it, but I think it's more correct to grow land. Quite big. If they send that, we could make a 6-6 land and trade for it, but I think we should just take 7 and get set to make a 10-10 land that doesn't have to trade. Suspect attacks. Maybe not if they send everything, but if they just send the shade, the question is what is up? Okay, they are not sending the shade, so it seems like this is just take 7. Hopefully. Right, they could, but the fact, if they had attacked with Skeleton Shade, then I would have thought, okay, they are trying to get some damage through and are offering up Shade as a sacrifice. If they had sent just Shade and Baloth, that is weird to me, because yes, they can recast it, but they need land, like landfall didn't happen, had already happened, like they wouldn't have been able to recast it that turn. It just felt like it would have been a throwaway unless they had tricks. Worth playing, or are we just on deal with our 10-10 now? We can play this and say deal with our... No, we would tap it, right? So I'm going to wait again. We're going to keep letting the land take over here. We might have to do a chump here, but if they go... Oh. Well, there you go. That's what they were setting up for. Good play, Oppo. Anything we can do about that, or are we dead? I think we're just dead. Sometimes that's what the spell does. How are we alive? We got to get lifelink. I understand. Oh, the land doesn't... But... That's not true. We activate the land and it has to block it. Yeah, so we're dead. Nah, there's no need for science. It's just words on the card. It says it right there. No science required. I can read. Make land and block everything on one creature and die to the other stuff. Yeah, let's take a look. We're seeing some smite-worthy stuff, although it comes back. Is Smite an instant at least? Okay, yeah, Smite as an instant is worth it. And we can cut one of our weakest heavy types, like a heavy... I don't want to cut clerics, though, because we're main cleric, but like our worst warrior could go here. Maybe that was the Outrider people wanted to see go before. Also replaces a 4 with a 4. Still keeps us very heavy on creatures. So I'm down with that. Anything else we feel would be good against them? Disenchant. Did we see anything that we needed to disenchant? We do have a mace. It's pretty powerful, but not... It doesn't, like, scream must kill. And I haven't seen anything else. I think I want to wait and not run a disenchant for one piece of equipment that, while good, is not even... Like, if it was a maul, if it was that rare white enchantment, I would snap play the disenchant. But for that particular equipment, I think we can try to ride it with what we've got. Gloomhunter would be an interesting re-add, but I'm going to stick with that one swap here. Is Mind Drain worth it here? They're holding on to this Arbor Mage for game-winning Arbor Mage plays. We could try to drain it out of them. Sneaking in a Mind Drain might not suck, but I need another cut for that. Do you like that idea, or am I just being fancy? Feels like a deck that would, where Mind Drain could be pretty good. But I'm not seeing an obvious swap. I'm going to just say done for now, and we can talk Mind Drain for a hopeful game 3, but I didn't want to lose the swap we did make due to race condition clocks on sideboarding there, so I just submitted. Okay. This seems eminently reasonable, and we can even hold the Mimic if we want. It's a pretty powerful spell. And it's one of our rogues. And we do have Sellsword on 2, and not really much on 3, though. I'm going to definitely keep, though, and then we can decide... What do you think about... I can't remember if I pulled this deck, but we can go ahead and... T-par it. Down a game. I'm going to be greedy and leave the Mimic as a land in hand, rather than playing it as a potential spell in hand. And now this is interesting, because I can go Sellsword, and then next turn, if we really feel like we have to, we can play the Mimic and the other Sellsword. But I'm going to wait. Especially if we get any other land. If we get any other land, I'm definitely waiting. Yeah, even that Plains is enough for me to wait. Shade is tough to see. And we can't copy it with our Mimic. They snap trade because it's so easy to bring back. Like... Well, I'm gonna play our Plains, drop the other Sellsword, and... Well, Barons can start growing, I suppose. Oh, right, can't block. Thank you. Whew. You mentioned that before, it slipped my mind. Great. Well, that makes it a little fairer, doesn't it? We can at least try and race it. Chat looking out for me, as always. Don't like this card because of this situation. It seems... I mean, if they can find Landfall Forever, okay, but a 3-color card... I don't think a 3-color deck should include a Hellhound. That doesn't seem right. If you are going to run it, it feels like it should be a very aggressive choice. Nothing to do here much. We'll send the Sellswords and try to keep racing. I think you can make a case for this card in very specific decks, Jinx, but you're right that if you never played it, you might not be that far off. But if you have a ton of return land cards and a ton of ways to recur the landfall, and you're really aggressive, I could see doing it, and you had a bunch of them. Like, basically, if you could see it doing it at Constructed, you could probably find... I mean, of course, Constructed gets the double landfall, which is the big deal. Constructed has ways to trigger this twice regularly, which is why it's a legit Constructed card. A lot harder to trigger it twice in Limited. Not impossible, but a lot harder. That's tough. I hope we find some removal here. We got nothing to do but land grow. No removal. We do have a 4/4 land blocker, though. That's not nothing. We might have to take 4 or 6 from the Baloth, but we have a land that can threaten to block and kill both of these. And we can send both sellswords because they can't really give up their Baloth to block. Am I taking too much risk? I do like that, like, it's kind of immune to sorcery speed removal because we can activate it after attackers. So I'm gonna do that. We're gonna try to use our barons here, and I'm gonna send both attackers. I could leave one back to threaten to trade with the Hellhound, I suppose. Yeah, land straight blocks the shade, but it would be nice to have another potential blocker for another 2, but I think we can race that. Yeah, take 6, go to 6. Well, it depends if the Hellhound, we could take 8, right? We take 8, go to 4, but they go to 5. I'm going to attack all. It's a aggressive play, but I think we're in a race situation, so I'm going to treat it as such. At 9 damage, we could also just grow land, take what they've got, but at 9 we are dead to Royal, the common. I don't want to be dead to a common, so I think we have to try to block the shade. It's also somewhat of a free attack for them since they can't block anyway. There's risk here, but you got to try and win Magic games. We're going to take that risk. Just so. However, we're not dead, which means if we draw a removal, we can win on the crackback. One-time dealer. Unfortunate. And we can't even cast anything, so we are straight dead. Yeah. But as I said, I'm going to try and have a good attitude. Magic has been pretty rough on me with this set, even though I'm enjoying the play. But this is just my life right now. And again, maybe I can't... Maybe I should have played this differently. Maybe Ben Stark is just like going on to match number 2 right now. So not denying that either, but frustrating. Had a lot of ways to win this game, and now we are not dead, but we're chumping. Beckoning doesn't do anything now. We need to chump. We need to block. We need to chump first. Yeah, and there we go. Now they have enough that we are straight dead. Oh, well. I feel like we're making good choices in general, especially with chat getting my back on some little things. Why dead? That mace was going to give... we were at 3, and that mace was about to give a third creature 3 power. And the mace, yeah, the mace gives menace. Oh, did they not have any creatures? I assumed they had at least one tribal. Maybe I screwed that up by assuming the mace would do something it didn't. I knew it gave menace, but I figured it would give at least +1. I acknowledge I didn't actually look that closely. We were also, though, keep in mind, from there, we double chump. Yeah, there you go. They just put it on one of the... If they put it on either of the 3 powers, the other one gets through, right? Yeah. Menace was good enough. Okay, I feel better about that. Although it's, again, a relevant point. You know, sometimes the lessons can come all over. And even though my play couldn't have been any different to change things, I did have the takeaway that I need to remember that the mace doesn't just automatically grant power. Check creature types. All right. Also, I could adjust my data to show correctly what's going on in action. I'm a little behind on my spreadsheet tallying, D. I can just tell you that I'm not satisfied. I feel I am really taking a beating in this format given relative to personal expectations. But I'm having a hard time discerning whether it's player error or a bad run, you know, to what degree it's those things. I doubt we're playing optimal, but we're not playing terribly, right? I would never claim optimal. That's why I'm going optimal. But we haven't played like junk. It just, between the mistakes we have made and unkindness of fate, it hasn't been going well. Well, I'm sure, I believe I'm over 500 even, but for me, like 55% is deeply disappointing. And if I had to guess, I would say I'm somewhere near there. Thanks, War Furnace. All right, let's see if we can get a win, though. Deck is fine. Help us out, Magic Gods. Let's have some fun and maybe get a win. My most successful archetype is definitely blue-green kicker. I think we have to keep this and hold the Skyfalls, hold the Wizard, see if we can't get there on Wizard. We got our Crawling Barons again. Yeah, you got to take what comes. All right, well, with all this land, we're definitely going to hold out hope that the Wizard can be a Wizard. Wow, Floody Flood. Well, hopefully that just means our Barons will double activate for the win later. Pause from Oppo. Could be target anything, burn at instant. Could be that, yeah, if it was that one, if it was the land damage, they would probably have used it there. Maybe they didn't think that was worth countering. There was only a pause when there was a spell on the stack, but I'm going to send in Sword and see if there's pausing here, and that might tell us something. So there was pausing there, so maybe their thing is that. Well, that's actually finally not bad. I don't care about that at all, really.
Here comes the flood. We will say goodbye to flesh and blood.
All right, we are. Plan A is now get up to 8 lands for double Barons. Oh no, Ruin Crab. Just to make my day. Oh, don't worry, Zori. Now you've guaranteed that we are just going to draw an island. Yikes. All right, well, we probably got to use that on yield Krabby Crabs. Not for me, Dave, because I can't actually hear Peter Gabriel when I don't hear the audio of my own memes because of the nature of the broadcasting sequencing, but Peter Gabriel makes most things better. Are we alliancing the crab? I think we are. Looks like we're trying to be milled. Looks like this is plan A. on some level. I'm gonna do it. Attack for 4. We could attack for 4. Just you want to beat down. But I think if we get rid of the crab and then start attacking for 4, we'll be in good shape. Upkeep kill. They do have counterspell type mana. Yeah, we can do an upkeep kill. Good call. So good call on the upkeep. The point of doing it on upkeep was that they spent their 2 mana to stop this on their turn, and they would have done that on our turn anyway. So at least we deny them 2 mana on their turn. But we're up against main deck negate. All right. I don't think that a main deck speller. You're usually going to get something good, though. It's just, you can sit in your hand for a while, and it's hard to keep up 2 for a non-creature, because you really got to have that window where they're going to slip very specifically a non-creature spell in. But they got us. All right. We could play the Colossus and have 7 next turn instead of trying for 4 this turn. Pretty unlikely they have anything for the 4, though. They might kill the 7, or kill the Colossus, which would really set us back. And we are going to be up against Crab here. We have a... I'm trying to figure out what's fastest. I suppose, like, the risk is higher with Colossus, but the clock is better with Colossus, so we're going to do that. Higher risk, better clock. Because now we can attack with this next turn, too. We can still do the add 2 counters and swing with a 4/4 next turn if it works out. Got a lot of milling happening, but haven't lost any of our other blue sources yet. So going to continue to cling to this land wizard. And now at least we can both sellsword and activate attack barons. I like that sellsword at least attacks into these O3s. Still no blue sources gone. I'm not sure I've heard that one. What album, what context was it covered? Captain is going to get us warrior, warrior, cleric, warrior. So really only a 3/3, but it's a flyer. That's not bad. Can we cast it and do that? We unfortunately also cannot attack with a 6/6 and create a captain. And I'm thinking we might just want to keep going with the 6/6. I'm a little worried about their open mana. But they can't into the royal land. Definitely going to keep playing lands, though. I guess we can play the captain and pump the land, which is pretty good. So yeah, let's do that. Oh, but don't do that. Well, I guess it even doesn't matter what land we use. Yeah, we can even pump it even though we've tapped it, right? Because it's just 4 of anything. Yeah. So that actually does work. And happy to offer both of these. I think we're in a pretty good spot to race this crab unless they come up with an answer for... They need it. They need like even if they answered the Colossus, like just having 2 of 3 of Captain, Colossus, and Barons feels like it ought to be good enough. Yeah, I don't know what they're waiting on the squid for. But that sucks. Oops, let's do this right. Well, if we get a basic land or a spell, we'll be pretty happy. Basic land allows us to double activate the land and have a 10-10 attacking. Protector is nice. I love... Actually, Protector is a fine draw. We can still make the Barons an 8-8 that survives all of this, and we can make the Colossus indestructible so they can't double block and kill, and we'll accept a sellsword for any of the 3 toughness over there. And maybe even want to send the Celebrant. Like, what are you going to do? Block it? I guess you could put the crab on it. But I kind of like sending it and seeing if they want to block it. It's kind of a free block, I know, but I'm going to make them do it. Maybe they just won't put their crab at risk. Yeah, and we're not losing to attacking. Yeah, they had a free block there. There was no reason to take 1 from the Celebrant because I'm tapped out. But maybe they were afraid of... But if we have a land in hand, as we do, and it's been suggested, go ahead and let's play the Wizard, and then we get a sure double here. This isn't going to matter, though. This is already lethal. I would actually rather wait. If we draw an island, we may need the Wizard later, whereas making this a 10-10 versus a 12-12 doesn't actually impact anything. Okay, so now we can just give trample or anything. We give that to the... What was that? Oh, it's just because I rolled over it. Oh, we can't do it all, huh? So it could have been nice, not because of the double activate, but because we could activate an Outrider. That would have been a reason to do that. Because now we can't Barons and Outrider. But they are also on must block, take 4. So I'm just going to do that. Yeah, we could have done a similar thing, Barons, but all Barons is into the royal proof, which is a reason to do it this way. All right. Ruin Crab, Rubble Fort is weird. You know, like Rubble Fort and Ruin Crab are obviously weird pairing. This is just powerful. This is just powerful. But mostly it seems like they're trying to be defensive and do a Ruin Crabby thing. We could just add cards to our deck, you know, add 2 Mind Drains and a Gloom Hunter and Disenchant. Doesn't do anything about a crab. Didn't see anything really to disenchant. Yeah, just trying to see if we can actually make our deck better against them. But no need to do the... like, if they showed us 2 crabs, then I think you could maybe justify a deck thickening. But in this case, I think we run it back and smite for, like, what, the rare? Most of their stuff was small, because they're just doing that mill thing. Let's just try and get them. We didn't see any flyers, at least. Yeah, that fort is just going to block the bat all day long. If by OP you mean overpriced. It's our two islands and a blue wizard. We'll take it. We'll keep it. We basically have 4 lands as far as I see here. And if we find a land, plains off the top, we can use this as a cleric, which would be great. But I'm gonna see. We'll keep and see. Come on, plains off the top. Oof. Okay. Oppo with the turn 1 crab again. And we've got an aggro curve out though, so I think we were positioned well to splash with what we've got going on in this deck. But you're generally right, I think, Pablo. We'll go with the thing that can trade here. They got our Tazri. We do have reanimation spells, if we can draw, that make Ruin Crab somewhat good for us, but if they keep landfalling, we're drawing 1 to their milling 3, so we're not... They're more likely to mill it than we are to draw it, but we've got our chance. And I'm going to say no blocks. We got to race back the other way here, not worry about... Like, this is our problem, not being attacked by an ambusher. Plains is a little late here. If it had showed up on turn 2, we would have been able to play this, and have a spell land. You know, we could play this as a cleric instead. Not that it's a huge deal here. It's not the best card in the situation. But here we can have all of our mana, drop a protector. Not that this sellsword needs protecting, but it does put them on, you know, they've got blue, so they could... So I'm going to say, all right, into the Royal. Into the Royal for no kick is decent for us. Like, at least they didn't get the kick out of it. But they're just trying to tempo and make that Ruin Crab go the distance. And not doing a bad job of it here. We're going to have to somehow try to wizard our way through. They've now got a 3/4 that's pretty perfect on D. We have Skulker, Sellsword, though, and we'll start there. Double spell here. Next turn we have Wizard. And maybe we can get something tasty from our deck. But this is the biggest problem. 4 toughness. We're all set up to get through 3, but not 4. This is exactly what it's supposed to be. Not every card needs to be a C+, you know? You need to have your C's and your C minuses so that the decks that specifically are making use of them can get them late. Really not loving our chances here in game 2. But if we find removal for Lagak, we can really start turning it sideways. Rubble Fort in a mill deck, I just don't understand. But there we go. Removal is what we needed. Now the question is, do we get rid of Lagak and start attacking into this weak team with our stronger team, or do we get rid of the crab? We're at 15 cards. They're at 20. They're down to 1. I think we go for the Lagak and start afterburnering. You think we win the long game? We win the long game maybe with the long game with the wizard over time, but I think it's Lagak. I think we have the power, because we also get to add Protector here. I'm going with my gut, which is that Lagak is correct. If we can, not, as I say, but then there's always Negate to laugh at our plans. I'm leaving the Protector now because we need to make this indestructible for another attack next turn. They paused, but that seems like an ambusher thing, not a spell thing. Although if it was a land, they would have played it for the crab, so they got something there. We'll see. So both of our deadly alliances are gone, but not our uncommon black kicker removal. So we still have removal outs. I thought we got it going again. Did it weird out? Well, I've clicked CBL again. Let me know if it's working. Aye.
Welcome to Miller Time. It's brewed here. It's yours and mine.
I think we start throwing away creatures now for damage. Especially since the most likely to trade for is a cleric we can get back eventually with the Hierophant. There we go. Trying to get there, and of course...
Oh, here comes the flood.
So, 9 cards. Now are we throwing away creatures for an attack? They block Protector on Robber, eat the Priest, and... Or no, they eat the Hierophant, if we send it. But we can... We could send... What if we don't send the Protector in so that if we do it next time, we get the Blood Priest back? We go... Well, alright. Hierophant dies into a creature, but so does the Protector if we let the Blood Priest die first. Really? Okay, well, let's find out. Science! Let's see if they block both of our clerics and if we are allowed to get the other one back. Ah, they didn't want that to happen. Well...
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
All right. Can we punish the mill deck? 5 cards. Ah. Whew. Suck it, crab. Fetch the butter. Well, as good as it feels to beat Mill, I'm mostly happy that we get to actually play for prizes here. By picking up the second win, we can now at least play for 1,000 gems. Quite keepable. Would love a rogue somehow or a wizard somehow to make Emeria Captain excellent. I keep holding this and then not playing it, but we did find, again, we found our land, so I'm going to hold this again because we can, with any other land where you even get to Captain on 4, so I'm not worried about that. This isn't an instant, so it doesn't really matter, but I'll throw the swamp out. Yeah, their only hope seemed to be that early crab play, which they got both games, but we we snuck it out. Celebrant on 3 is good. Love a basic land here. Island in particular would be great. But Barons works too. Point is it untapped, so we can cast Captain on 4. I think we offer the Sellsword. It doesn't even affect the Captain's power, so... Because we gave up a warrior, but the Captain itself is a warrior, so we didn't lose a type on that. I can keep it more... I'll keep it up. Maybe that'll help. I think if this ends reasonably quickly, what we'll do is finish the one we started yesterday, D. Yeah, I think we just make our own captain, make our own 3/3. This doesn't do much without full party, and when we target it with the thirst, it doesn't matter on that front. So yeah, I'm going to go 3/3 captain here. Guards wants to just kill it, but we don't need to do it now, Guards. We can make a 3/3 and then... Really? You think we need to kill it? Like, you don't want to play a 3/3 first? Guard seems very intent on getting it dead now. I'm on team make our own 3/3 first. We could have attacked with a Celebrant. They probably wouldn't have blocked. Although they might have a +2/+2 that would have killed our Celebrant. Binding is a little bit of a boo, but we do have a spell land in the deck that can free us from the binding. In this case, we can go Cleric Blood Priest for a decent life swing. think we just do the 2 drops. I still see no reason to play the wizard land unless we're trying to get the barons going soon. Because, like, if we had a 5-drop in hand we wanted to play, then I'm with you. But I don't see why we need 5 mana right now. So I'm gonna do the double priest play here. Well, pretty clear chill, and this is a wizard, so we should expect that to happen. We'll see if they do that this turn. I don't think we're attacking with enough of them to make it worth doing now. We'll see if they just want to cycle and draw a card. But very, very clear. Is it, what's it called? Chilling. It's the wizard's chill spell, but I forget exactly what it's called. Chilling trap, thank you. Okay, with Thirst and Alliance, we have some options. None of these are 2 or less, and Felidar is not big yet. These are both pure removal. I'm going to go ahead and use the more expensive, clunkier one now, rather than the cheaper instant one. No, sorry, I'm behind on that. Hat made a trap meme that I need to get plugged in, but been moving my daughter. It's been a busy couple weeks. You want Shoot the Kitty. I guess neither one lets us attack this turn is the thing. Oh, that's true. There's the 1 mana Flash Rogue, which if I could get in my thick brain would probably help my win percentage. So, with neither one actually allowing us to attack here, but Linvala is kind of the one we want to kill anyway. I mean, we're going to kill them both. I think our cards are pretty well spoken for. The question is if they have something to save it, which one do we want to save? And so I guess it's more important to kill the Felidar. We'll get the kitty now. Premium removal. Well, if we don't do that, then Oppo thinks Linvala was more important than the kitty. Maybe they're out of lands. And yeah, we have our barons at the ready. But see, that's the thing. A 3/4 is probably worse for us than a 3/3 in this case, right? But it's still but G-Guards, this is still the better creature. If we had killed this, they now have a 3/4 on the ground and a 3/4 in the air. I don't see how that's necessarily better or worse. Like, this is the new enemy. Like, I guess the answer, like, we could have a 3... Anyway, yeah, I don't know. There's bad stuff for us on both sides of that. But I think we go for the... Well, Kutaski, sometimes you want them to... No, sometimes if they want Linvala dead, that's strictly worse. It's strictly better to target the thing you want dead and make them remember to do it. Wow. Wow. Do they not know that this is a spell land? Okay. You give Oppo a choice for no reason. Kutaski, if we want this dead, we don't, like, what do you mean no reason? The only reason to target Linvala is if you want Linvala dead. If you want a different creature dead more, you target the different creature. I don't understand what you mean. You give Oppo a choice for no reason? We give Oppo a choice to make the wrong play. let's protect something. Trouble is we can protect, but we still don't have attacks, right? It's a sad part of this. Hold back and grow land is correct. Oh, I meant to do that on the plain side, though. I don't think we have any double white, but still should have given us option to cast 2 white things. Yeah, I mean, this is still a powerful, like, basically all we're getting into G-Guards is, what's the worst thing to be facing? A 3/3 flyer with a sacrifice indestructible ability, a 3/4 flyer, or an ever-growing ground vigilance creature. I don't have the perfect answer. I think they're all scary, which is why this is trouble. Now we got a rare messing with us too. It's already got them value, which is going to get them more value. So it's slipping away from us here. We're on the verge of losing this game, and they're very far from dead. So I would actually put advantage strongly in Oppo's favor right now. Oops, but let's remember to do this. Maybe our land gets us there. This is like our big hope right now. Are we attacking if we make this a land? No. So I actually won't bother. And in fact, I should play Protector, and then we can just add 4 to it at end of turn. Although maybe we want Protector when it can actually protect. That's a legit thing too. So we'll say, we'll pass. Auto tap doesn't matter. Remember, I got the same thing, David, but you can pump any mana from anywhere. It's 4:. There's no tapping needed. So you can actually tap the Barons for something and still pump counters into it. Sorry, Oppo, I know it feels like I'm dragging, but I got stuff to talk about. We'll get going here, though. Here's the big power play we were afraid of, and now they get to trigger Chronicler. Like, this does, you know, you get to loot. We're just way far behind now and need our monster land to kind of get there. Yeah, well, if we'd drawn an island, we'd have an awesome 4/3 flyer. I would love it if if people want to point out the hindsight, like if we had done this, this would be the case. What I want to hear from you is, and we should have, and it's not because of hindsight. Like, are you saying I should have? It doesn't. That doesn't really, like, I don't know. If you just want to observe what the past contained, I suppose. Okay, well that's fine. But if I didn't see it, then what I'm asking for is that. But I didn't see it then. And I'm gonna. Do we want to go 6? No, you don't even want to do 6. And watch, I bet you we find blue, wizard comes down and actually helps us as a big flyer. Yeah, interesting to hold down our captain and then play around a spell the whole time. And see, so we were one turn off from still having the double activation anyway, and having the wizard land ready in hand. Or we are we're not one time. We can't act. We can activate twice, but we can't attack. So the question is, do we want to attack for an 8/8 or make a 10/10? 8/8 not good enough yet, so we'll double activate. Double activate, no attack. Make a 10/10, and then have a threat of a 12/12 or 14/14, depending on our draw next turn. Huh. Interesting. I guess that's our best blocker. Kataski, it still doesn't make... You're not making sense to me. Why do we give Oppo a choice? You're like, well, we want to kill the 3/4, but why give Oppo a choice? Let's kill a different thing instead. Like, I just don't understand... I don't understand that. Something's not getting through to me on your perspective. We assume Oppo is worried about this captain. Interesting. So this is a rogue. Now we can play the wizard to cast the rogue, and then the rogue copies the captain and becomes a 4/4. Can almost get full party. This is part of our full party plan, but we don't have both sides of it. But we can also go, let's start with like 12 now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like, to block this, they have to use everything? Use Protector on this? Yeah. Let's activate the Barons and protect it. I like that. Gotta watch my match clock here, too. I'm taking a long time. It adds to the board. They were probably gonna chump anyway. But what this does is keep them from offering everything. And by forcing a chump this turn, and they have no option to kill the whole thing, is just better, right? Yeah, the rule of copying is that you, quote, get what's in the sleeve, right? So these counters would not be in the sleeve, so you don't get them. And, okay, so we're going to copy next turn, so we want to play blue land now. Now we'll see if they attack, because we're showing them no mana. Boy, they've gotten serious value. We're just riding on a Barons here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they have resisted attacking in the air. But do we have a wizard? I don't think we have a wizard. No wizard. Ooh, do we have a wizard in the yard? No wizard. But copy captain. 4/4 is good. 4/4 blocks their whole sky, and 14/14 still quite the attacker. Yeah, the ETB is what allowed it to get the counters. It still gets what's in the sleeve, but what's in the sleeve is an ETB effect. And we can send the healer. We can send the blood priest. And oh, yeah. Well, there's nothing really. I guess we could have attacked with this too. They had a free block here and nothing else could attack. So I attacked with everything relevant. You think they would you think they would just block? I mean, they just had a free block, so I don't know. But they literally had a free block. They just put their 2/2 on the 1/3. But that's true. I didn't expect them to trade. I didn't play towards giving Oppo that mistake. Bindings being good for Oppo here. We have such great tools for it. In the protection land, but we keep finding stuff, so I think we're okay. I'd like this blood priest to die, then we could get a drain back on it. Yeah, we do have disenchant that will be coming in from the board. Let's go ahead and make this big an attack, though. At least they can't bind this. Yeah, we don't mind the dead priest, so we're going to send that. And I guess I don't want the cleric dead, though. That doesn't do much. But priest in the graveyard is good for us. I'm not sure I want that dead, and they had that option, but maybe they. Yeah, I think they would have just taken that and then eaten that. Well, despite the huge advantages in like multicasting field researches and royal mages, we are finding enough to stay competitive here. The really frustrating thing here is that Oppo has removed five of our creatures. We have a blood beckoning, and we can get 0 of those 5 creatures back. That's frustrating. We might even have to cut this. Well, what do you do? We could get something out of this, but it doesn't change our ability to attack with land. I think we're just dead, huh? We get some life by casting it, so I guess we need to cast it and activate it, because we can't... One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We need like 6 life gained to not die to that. They've got a chump. We can get healer back to get a little bit more life, but we can't get anything else back. I can't believe the bindings have been this good against us, though. We have some tools. Just didn't find them. And so now we are on activate and hope. Yeah, there's no hope here. There's a wizard. There's one of our wizard options. Oh, please don't plague us with that all sideboard arena. That's so not good. Jeez. Yeah, disenchant, obvious. Smite, obviously not. Mind Drain. They are doing a lot of kicker draw stuff, so this is a type of matchup where Mind Drain can be good. We're cutting the Blood Beckoning, which sat in our hand, doing literal 0 against enchantment-based removal. And just deciding if there is a swap for like Outrider for even like the Mind Drain. I think with them drawing all those cards, Bat comes down as a 3/3. The trouble is, they have a bunch of 3/4s. Not this, but they have at least 2 Shepherds and at least one more, right? Didn't we kill one? Yeah, with 3/4 flyers in here, Bat is not doing anything. Yeah, that is something, I suppose, but not enough for me, Funky. Not enough to make that change. I'd rather bring in another Mind Drain and just try to get him on drains. Is there something else that's less impressive that we might cut for a second Mind Drain? I think just the one is okay. I'm gonna run this. Banneret. Banneret maybe would have been good. I'll think about that if we get to 3. Yeah, Shelter is a very important spell for us that we're going to treat like a spell unless absolutely desperate. Thanks, deck. Thanks. So, 3 swamps. You couldn't give one of those as a plains, huh, deck? One of those couldn't be a plains. Make this hand fine to good. Blah. Here's the Shelter we would like to use as a land, but we're going to keep this and try to do so. Warrior, Wizard, Cleric. We like all of our creatures. That's the trouble. I guess we could get rid of the Blood Priest for now. Yeah, but the thing is, Barrens is like an extra spell. We're playing, I think, do we land on 19 or 20? I think we're on 20 lands, or at least 19. And so the point is, I kind of treated the Barrens as not even one of our lands in this one. We're just getting a little unlucky. All right, help me out, chat. What are we doing? Obviously can't, the pathway is great. This is what I was looking at, guards, but boy, it's good, isn't it? I guess it's not great here. I think you're right. We got to go with this one. I like keeping the 3/1 because we can play this as well. I'm gonna play this as an island and see what we draw. I really want to hold the Shelter. This just is counter removal. We have to keep this as a spell if we possibly can. And ditching the black creature means we can play this as a plains next turn if we don't draw one naturally. Ideally, we draw a plains and then we've got our Espertron. But if we have to, we'll play Pathway for white and drop a 3/1. All right, cool. We found a swamp, so we know we can play this as a plains and still have our Espertron. Sellsword into Celebrant into Adept gives us 3/4 of party. And look, we have party. It's a party, everybody. That's interesting. Guards just wants to get the attack on. That's fair. Of course, my mentality in sequencing is trigger the core Celebrant as much as we can, but this does put more pressure on. We may be up against counter magic, and it's also the one we'd most rather have countered in the if we go to a long game. So I'll go with Guards' as line. Another wizard. That makes this wizard expendable, which is good. We're going to play another island and probably go celebrant here. We can also shelter if we just want to kill Linvala if they block. I don't think they're going to block, though. But that would give us shelter Skulker, so I would love that. Yeah, let's do it. We were saving this for removal, but turning it into removal is just as good for something as quality as that. Hat takes the trade. Interesting. I'm just going for the 2-spell hat. And now if they want to enchant us down a little bit, we at least keep our full party. That's one of the reasons I made the trade, folks, is that maybe I'm being a little greedy on the full party, but this is our only warrior. That was part of my thinking. Now I'll happily offer, though, if they want to trade Sellsword or Adept for... well, they can't trade Felidar, but if they want to trade Felidar Sellsword, that's great. Kitaski, though, we want outcome B in your world. You're saying if you can make a play that forces outcome A or gives the opponent a choice between A and B, you should make the first play. But we want an outcome B. Kitaski, you gotta process it. You gotta process that. Think about it. You're saying don't offer A or B when you can force A, but we want B. Cleric? I think maybe we play this as a land so we get our wizard down, our Umara wizard down next. And we can offer some more trades here. I will, in fact, offer... I'm going to swing away. Like, even if they double block the Celebrant, we're happy with that. So, swing away. A little sad that we had full party and it's slipping away from us, but... happy if we get the win. I'm just, you know, there's the part of me that wants... It's kind of like drawing a card is better than winning. You know, doing something with full party is better than winning. I'm going to play this as land to ensure wizard and drop a Celebrant here. Is this the article you're talking about? Kitaski, you have to explain to me what you're talking about with A versus B before I'm gonna, like, you seem... I'll read it, but I hear True and others cleanly telling you what's not making sense about what you're saying to us, and I'm not hearing you help us understand why we're wrong. And maybe you're saying that the article helps do that, but the quotes you're giving from the article don't support what you're saying. Nothing you've said so far, if we want the 3/4 dead, if we want a shepherd dead, targeting Linvala does not make sense. No, it's we dwell here, Jinx. No worries. But what are we doing here? I guess we play our. Well, we got small. We don't have small. Okay, wait. Next, Can't attack. Play wizard, pass. Yeah, it's true. I'm not too worried though. It's anticlimactic to lose on clock though. I get that, so I'll try to pick it up here. Barons is nice. No clerics in the yard. Again, at least if this is binded, it's not the worst. But these are a big enemy. And we have our full party reward, but no means to make use of it. I think we are on the Grow Barons plan, actually. Uh-oh, Oppo's kicking. This could be trouble. This clock isn't going to matter because we're just going to lose the second game too here. Okay, is that enough? It gets rid of one of the 3/4s, but not the other. We can still cast that after growing the land, so I'm still going to pass. I'm not holding Linvala for nothing. I'm holding Linvala because it feels to me that growing Barons is a more impactful result than Linvala right now. I'm so sad. I want to cast that. That's my spell. Mine. Well, whatever. I'm going 1 and 2 again, I guess. I mean, I don't know, folks. I'll try to have a good attitude, but this format's been beating the crap out of me. I just don't know how we beat this level of advantage that Oppo has created for themselves. I guess it's, again, through the Barons. So now I can go 1, 2, 3. I can't play Linvala and activate, so I'm still gonna pass. Yeah, we can play and grow. That's true. We can play and grow, so I'll do that. And we can alliance if we have to. We have a lot of life to work with, but you know it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how good our life total looks like if they've outcarded us by 1,000,000 and use 4 of their extra spells to eliminate 4 of our blockers and then just plow through. Like, attrition cares not for our life total. That's interesting. But we let that happen, and then we have a... oh, I guess I should have done that there. I forgot the activated abilities, but I'd rather have her on board as a wizard. Although we do have a wizard available. Hey, that's not bad. That's going to be pretty big. And probably just going to get removed again, but we'll play this. Seriously, true. Yeah, it's like it's actually better for us as a thing on the board than providing indestructible that particular turn. Although, again, I don't know why they didn't attack. Did I forget to grow land at the end of turn? Oops, my bad. I got caught up in the Nahiri play and that caused me to forget what was going on with that intention. Maybe we just deck them. I'm going to hold on attacks right now. They have triple blocks that we couldn't alliance our way through. Maybe if we find another piece of removal, we can set it up. Yeah, or well. Well, I don't think I'm beating myself up. I think I'm handling it well. I'm just saying my results are not where I want them to be, and I'm trying to take it like a champ. But this is what I'm talking about. This is the card advantage coming home to roost that I said we couldn't beat 5 turns ago. Herschel, I'm not going to put a stopper. We're not going to win this game anyway, but I'll just remember. It's also not enough at this point. We can now activate twice and attack. Might as well. Have Deadly Alliance. We can take any double block, multi-block they do and defeat it. Well, any multi-block they're likely to do. But they just chump here, probably. I'm still... I guess they're just counting on beating me on clock alone, like that I can't win a game 3 anyway. So I think Oppo is really just like, whatever. I just have to play Magic until this guy's out of clock. Right, but the point is I can't win game 3 in time. All right, well, if this is going to be the play, we'll get to block here and see. Just save some damage. But it's weird that they, like, now they're starting to attack when all these air attacks could have been happening the whole time.
Oh, yes. Here comes the flood.
Sorry, had to speak with the child, and now I'm... Wait, are we... I'm lost. All right, we go... Yeah, we have flooded and gotten... I get flooded against someone who's drawing endless quantities of cards, so... Yeah, I think we're even just stone dead. I don't know what else we possibly have here. I guess, 14... We can get to 16... Yeah, I guess actually removal we win. How about one removal spell, them have nothing, and we win? We still have... We're still technically mostly dead. Of course. How about some more land, Ryan? Yeah. No, I'm not beating myself up. I'm just annoyed. I just feel disappointed. I think you can be disappointed without beating oneself up, and that's certainly where I'm at.
Oh, here comes the flood.
Our out now is that Oppo misclicks. I mean, well, we can at least open some packs. Well, they should. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they had a negate in hand or something they were going to stop our winning play with. But as I saw it, we had an opportunity to win on removal. We had a potential removal win there. But disappointing is the word for it. Is it me, chat? Maybe it's me. It's always partly me. It's always partly you. Your bad streaks are all... You're never perfect in your bad streaks, and maybe if you'd found some better lines in them, you would end the streak sooner or notch a couple of wins that even chance couldn't have taken away from you. But no, not going to beat myself up. In general, I think I'm making reasonable decisions, defensible decisions. I need to keep my mind open for learning from mistakes, but I'm not going to be down on these particular results. So, looks like Foil King is willing to take all blame. Must be nice to have a fall guy like that. But no, I refuse. I'm not going to pass the buck. We're going to do what we can tomorrow. Get my rough luck out of the way before my hair's on the line. How about that, right? So tomorrow we have the chat gauntlet. We have we're going to be streaming with King Coffee and taking on chat tomorrow in the traditional chat gauntlet. But then, for those of you who haven't heard, after that we're going to have a standard play session with Jay Schneider. Jay has some thoughts on post-ban standard. I hope he has some thoughts on the selling of unique black bordered cards direct to customers tied to a non-Magic IP, because I really want his thoughts on that, and I've told him so. I told him to have an opinion ready on that, and yeah, we got some other memes I need to get. But look, I only got. I'm jammed on this thing. My panel. I got the big pen, like so many memes. Hat and Duncan have filled me with so many memes. I'm running out of buttons, everybody. That being said, we'll find a way to shoehorn them in and debut them tomorrow. Yes. I just need to get a second stream deck, apparently. Start playing it like an instrument. Well, I was trying to show you, but the cord isn't quite long enough for me to bring up to the camera, it seems. Oh, wait, here, hold on. It was just caught on something. Now I can. I've undone it. This is called the Stream Deck. Also, you'll notice, like, one of the reasons I'm having trouble finding memes is that I haven't put pictures on all the new buttons yet. So I'll try to get it close so you can see. And here's what I'm working with. And in some cases, like on the old stuff, I have here's, see, deck building. There's a deck there. Here's my draft button. Soapbox, no blah. But I'm out of button space. They have nesting buttons, though. For example, like, let's see if I can show you some of it in action from a little farther back. Here is the nested other memes button. So if I press that, boom, I go into layer 2 of all this memes. That, like, I mean, there's so many memes. One of my to-do list items. No, it's not lot. That's the thing, Mama. I don't have a room. You want sale? You got to come find it in here. Where is it? It's somewhere in here. See, even the old classics that everybody loves, I had to bury on the second layer now. Fine, Mama, just for you. Here we go. Where is it? Oh, I'm not in the right view though, which I need to back out of. See, this is also part of the problem. All of these trigger only in one view, so I need to go into the right view, stop the meme I left on, come back in. Now I can provide Mama with the sailing experience she so desires.
Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me, lads.
I mean, there's no need to retire them. I just need to nest them. And I basically have different scenes. So like the other thing this allows me to do, if you're curious about the guts here a little bit, the sausage, I can go left monitor and actually bring up the control scheme I use for this thing. So this is the tool they give me, and I can say, oh, we're on ZNR, but it looks like we're going back to Dominaria. So I'll switch to my Dominaria scenes, and then the more Dominaria focused stuff will be front and center. But here we are right now. What would it take to get a full meme rundown? Maybe I would do that sometime. How about this? When I get my Stream Deck fully organized in a better way, I'll do it. Also, another button I want to include with all of these memes, which I haven't figured out how to do yet, but I'm sure it's possible with this tech, is to make a folder that just randomly picks any of them. So if I store all of my memes in one folder, I can say randomly pick a file from this folder and play it, and then we can have a redemption for what do you call those gumball machines with the prizes inside? You know, the put in a quarter and get a plastic bubble with a thing inside. Gachapon. Yeah, so we'll do that'll be that. Well, that'll be the name of the redemption hat. Meme Gachapon. That'll be fun. But I'm yammering and I haven't even said goodbye to our friends on YouTube yet, so let's do that. See you, YouTube. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll try and catch you for a better performance tomorrow against Chat, where I'm going to have finally get my max win, right? That'd be nice. So as long as Chat doesn't. All right. Bye, YouTube.